One Piece Books presents The Rising of the Shield Hero, Volume 3, by Aneko Yusagi, performed by Kurt Kanazawa. Prologue. This is going to be a pain. We should have turned it down. Everything happened because of the villagers' simple request. They wanted us to do something about the monsters around town. The dragon zombie's rotting corpse had badly polluted the surrounding mountains. Once we took care of that problem, the monsters that had been thriving in the polluted mountains set their sights on the village. The idea was that once the monsters learned that the village was a dangerous place for them, they would just stay away. So the village hired us as temporary guards to keep the monsters aware of the threat the town posed. Honestly, I'd wanted to turn the job down, but they'd done so much for us that I ended up accepting it out of a sense of obligation. Considering all they were doing to help Raftalia with her illness, we couldn't just leave them in the lurch, so we made our way back to the mountains. Oh well, let's get this over with. My name is Naofumi Iwatani, and I am a 20-year-old college student from Japan. I'm also a bit of an otaku. I was at the library reading an old book called The Records of the Four Holy Weapons when I passed out. When I woke up, I found myself in the very world the book had described, and I was tasked with the role of the shield hero. They'd summoned me to their world because they were under threat from a disaster called the Waves of Destruction. These waves consisted of a rift that opened between dimensions, from which great hordes of monsters appeared. Apparently, they needed the help of the four legendary heroes to overcome the destruction of the waves. I was forced to assume the role of the shield hero, and I had no choice but to stand against the waves when they appeared. At first, it all seemed like a dream, too good to be true. But it turned out that the shield I was forced to carry had other properties as well, some of which were really annoying. I was completely unable to deal damage to monsters. I put all my strength into my blows, but monsters just brushed them off like I was nothing but a bothersome insect. I soon discovered that I was unable to attack at all. However, I made up for it with my defense rating, which was through the roof. You could say that all I could do was defend. Eventually, I managed to get a party together, and we started traveling the world. Along the way, we fought many battles. Just then, we were in the middle of one. Huh? A huge dragonfly flew at me, brandishing its stinger, but it bounced off my shield with an ineffectual, hollow clang. The shield was able to absorb different monsters and materials, which in turn would unlock new shield forms and abilities. You could say that the shield leveled up with me. That was how I learned new abilities. Anyway, there were a lot of difficulties that went along with it, but it was also proving to be a big help. It helped me compound difficult medicines, and it improved the quality of my cooking, so I guess it was pretty useful in some ways. As for the shield, I'd really love to take it off sometime, but it was cursed or something, and I wasn't able to remove the shield at all. It was always there, stuck to my arm, so I needed to rely on the rest of my party a lot. I had to leave all attacking up to them. "Mr. Naofumi, are you all right?" The girl with the raccoon ears and tail cut down a poison fly and turned to me. Her name was Raftalia. She was a raccoon-type demi-human. After I was framed and chased out of the castle, I bought her as a slave. When I first bought her, she looked like she was around 10 years old, but demi-humans' bodies grow as their levels rise. She matured very quickly as we fought different monsters, and now she looked more like a 17-year-old girl. She was very pretty. Well, she was cute anyway. Personality-wise, she was very serious. Watching her, you got the impression that she was constantly evaluating possible routes of action, that she was always trying to determine the correct path.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?